I remember that morning clearly, the kind of morning that feels soft around the edges. The sun hadn't fully risen yet, and the quiet between us felt comfortable, familiar. She stood by the doorway, brushing a strand of hair behind her ear, the way she always did when she was running late. I leaned in, kissed her goodbye, and felt her smile against my cheek. A warm, gentle moment I never imagined would break something inside me. She reached for her purse. That's when it happened. The bag tipped just slightly, and something small, metallic, and unfamiliar slid into view. A ring, not hers, not mine. A ring I had never seen before. At first, my mind didn't want to believe what my eyes had spotted. It could be anything. I told myself something she borrowed, something she found, something she meant to return. But the truth settled in my chest before I could push it away. This wasn't just any ring. It looked masculine, heavy, personal, something a man would wear every day. She didn't notice that I noticed. She just smiled one last time, whispered, "I'll see you tonight," and walked out the door, as if everything in our world was exactly the same. But as the door clicked shut behind her, I realized something had shifted. Small things don't fall out by accident. Secrets don't hide themselves without reason. And the home we had built together suddenly felt colder, quieter, like it was holding its breath, waiting for me to understand what that ring truly meant. For the rest of the afternoon, I couldn't shake the feeling that something was wrong. I kept replaying the moment at the doorway, her soft smile, the way her eyes avoided mine, the way her purse seemed heavier than usual. My hand kept remembering the cold metal I had accidentally brushed against. A ring, not hers, not mine, someone else's. I tried convincing myself it was nothing. Maybe she was holding it for a friend. Maybe she was helping someone with a surprise. But the more I tried to calm myself, the more the doubts spread through my mind like slow-moving shadows. Every small detail about her day began to feel suspicious. Rushed goodbye, the distracted tone, the way she kept her purse closed wherever she went lately. I found myself watching the clock, waiting for her return. My chest tightened with every passing minute. The house felt different, like it was holding its breath along with me. Even the familiar scent of her perfume lingering in the hallway suddenly felt foreign, almost distant. I needed answers. But I didn't know how to ask the question without breaking something between us, because deep down, I already feared the truth. Some stories don't begin with betrayal. They begin with a quiet detail you weren't supposed to notice. That evening, the weight of that ring followed me like a shadow. I kept replaying the moment I saw the unfamiliar gold band, the initials engraved inside, the way it didn't belong anywhere near her things. I didn't know how to ask her. I didn't know how to pretend I hadn't seen it. But I knew I couldn't live inside that silence any longer. When she walked through the door, tired and soft-spoken, everything inside me tightened. I watched the way she set down her bag, the same bag holding the ring I could not forget. For a moment, I almost convinced myself to stay quiet. But the truth sits heavy when it's been found, and it refuses to be ignored. My voice finally broke the calm. I asked her to sit. She looked confused at first, until I held up the ring between us. Her face changed, not with anger, not with fear, but with a sadness I wasn't prepared for. A sadness that said the truth had been waiting to come out long before I discovered it. She didn't deny it. She didn't lie. She simply breathed in, slowly, like someone who finally ran out of places to hide. And in that breath, I understood this wasn't sudden. This wasn't new. This was the quiet ending of something I thought was unbreakable. I set the ring on the table. We didn't raise our voices. We didn't cry. We just sat in the heavy silence between two people who once promised forever, and now weren't sure what was left to save. And as the house settled around us, it became painfully clear. Sometimes betrayal isn't loud. It shows up quietly in a purse, in a ring, in a moment that changes everything.